Hi, this is Brianna Becerra, and here is my 3D modeling final presentation. Start off, here are the table of contents, the stuff I'm going to be discussing. So to start off, this is my Maya biped character model rig, and I don't have too many notes on this, pretty simple. I think I was pretty excited in regards to finishing this. I was like, I was probably the most eager for this class to start modeling people. So to start off, even with something simple, it was pretty cool. I feel like the arms are a little janky. One of the arms is longer than the other, which was fixed. The head, side of the body. It's pretty simple. The very janky looking hand that has too many edge loops, and then the feet. And here's the more detailed version. So this is the front, the side, and the back. I was definitely a lot more satisfied. I was like, oh, look how cool this is. I think I was just really amazed with you can model something so detailed with just basic shapes, which I think was pretty cool throughout the process. The arms are definitely a little bit short, which is fixed with a further model. The shoulder and neck ratio is a little off. I feel the neck is a little too long and the shoulders are a little too narrow. Other than that, also the feet are a little messed up. Other than that, I was pretty satisfied with the model. Here's the front of the head, side of the head, 3/4 view, the back of the head, hands, and the strange looking feet. And then for my character, I'm not gonna read all this because I'm not gonna have enough time. However, for a brief rundown, my character's name is Sam Vi. He's tall, hot-headed, and he's an exorcist. That's all you need to know. Exorcist, his weapon of choice. Katana, so Catholic. Cross motifs is common. He has a lot of piercings. He's tan with dark hair. Has a very skater-esque style, so baggy clothes. And here are some drawings I've done semi-recent. I need to do is a character sheet of all my characters, which I've been too lazy to do. Some images of how his body would look like. So he's muscular, but I wouldn't say shredded. So he has a white chest, white shoulders, white hands, muscular arms. Like I said, so he has tanner skin, darker hair, darker eyes. I didn't note the actor's name on the left, or at least my left. But James Rolliston, I don't know if anybody has watched the movie Boy by Taika Waititi. The actor who, he was a kid at the time, but an older version of him here, in his late teens, early 20s, is what I kind of envision the closest example I can think of. Who, so adventurous, reckless, always on the move, explosive. And then for style reference, I definitely did the typical Arcane, Spider-Verse, but also included Legend of Korra, since I really like Legend of Korra. That semi-realistic, maybe in Legend of Korra more anime-ish type of vibes, but definitely a semi-realism, which I feel I didn't fully capture, which I'll expand on more in just a second. But here are my model sheets, the front and the side. The front and the side of the foot, and the front of the hand. I wish I included more angles, more drawn angles of the hands. But yeah, here is my model. I think I was satisfied in the sense it looked like a human being, but I feel I didn't capture my character's essence as much as I wanted to, nor the style that I was aiming for. I feel I was very much preoccupied to make the model recognizable rather than emphasize its style. So I would definitely go back and tinker with some stuff. Here's the low poly version, the side 3/4 view, below the head. Here's the front and side and back of the body. The ankles, especially the high poly versions, are a little wonky. They're a little sideways, a little bent. Here's the low poly version. Here are the feet. Oh, I struggled with them. You can tell they're a little wonky. And the toes. When I start sculpting, which I'll probably do over the summer, I'd probably fix the toes. The toes are a little strange looking. Here are the hands, high and low poly. I would definitely widen the fingers. I think the fingers are way too skinny and lanky for the character. Like, I feel like I widened the palm a little. I would probably widen the palm a little bit more. But I didn't really widen the fingers, and going back, I wish I did. And here are the videos. There's been issues with like me presenting the stuff, so I'm gonna like there might be a little technical difficulty, little moments here, but here's him skating. I thought it was funny because like he was kind of like skating in midair and it was silly. And here is the sketch fab. Yep. And go back. Yep, it's acting weird again. There you go. But here is the interior rooms, the couches, the very tall table. I feel like I'd probably lower the table a little bit. The lamp, the door, the window. So here's some other images. With and without the wireframe. The table leg, and the lamp. I really enjoyed making the lamp. I don't know. I'm a big fan of lamps, so I was like able to be able to do so with like simple shapes. That was really cool. And here's the couch. I'd probably lower like the base of the couch. I think it's way too high compared to like the back of the backrest of the couch. I'd probably do that, especially for the small couch. I feel like it's a little bit more obvious there. Here is my exterior scene. So it's a house. Here is that without the wireframe. This is with the wireframe, the front and the back. Here's the side, which I didn't incorporate many images of the side door, but it's basically the same door from the front door with some stairs and the hand railing, which I'll show in a moment. So this is the hand railing. Without the wireframe, I'd probably go back and change like the little, I don't know the exact word, but the top of the hand railing, like the little handrest part. I'd probably redo that. Here's the front door with the little window and the arch and like little two columns. Here's like the windows around the house with and without the wireframe. Here are the two towers. I don't know, like storage room, garden. I don't know. I really wasn't sure what I was aiming for, but I was like, oh, let me put it on top because I thought it looked kind of cute. If I'd probably remove them because I wanted to do chimneys, and with the chimneys, like here in my references, it looked just too busy. But yeah, old doll houses were definitely the main influence. I liked, they had a lot of windows, a lot of like just like cute little motifs, like a little porch and like handrails and stairs. Like a little base trim that I also incorporated at the bottom of the house. Really just cute, like a girly-ish, but also like kind of like unsettling vibes. I was kind of like going for, I'd probably definitely add more details to the house. And then here is the rigging animation little cylinder thing. Here are the skin weights for joint 1. I didn't do all the joints because I did the the beginning, middle, and end. So joint 4 and then joint 7. And here is the video, which I'm not very proud of. I feel like I definitely struggled. It just looks too choppy to me, and it doesn't. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed, but I was definitely struggling. I think, yeah, I think in a way, I would probably go back, but I remember like tinkering with it. I just kept messing it up more, so I just left it alone. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much. Here's like a my shameless plug of my socials, of my art account. And yeah, here's some examples of my art. But yeah, thank you so much. Bye.